Good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray as we head into the last day of May. Today is Wednesday, hump day, May the 31st. Tomorrow, officially June, which brings in the official first day of hurricane season. As we prepare for whatever happens this summer, we'll watch the weather for you as always and let you know exactly what it was. Anybody get woke up last night? Did you hear that loud boom? Well, that was the topic of discussion. That was the SpaceX re-entering the atmosphere and getting ready to land in the Gulf. What a loud noise it was. We'll talk some more about that. From every county I think I heard from last night. It was big. It was loud. But first time I've ever witnessed anything like that. Maybe you've seen that before, but that was a first for me as that re-entered last night. It was definitely loud. If you did not hear that, it was something. We've got a video of it. It was coming in, that streak. Something to watch. Amazing what technology does, especially when you don't know it's technology at the moment. We've got a lot to discuss coming up at 7. I hope you'll be here as we'll backtrack on everything that went on yesterday. A lot. And we'll discuss things that we mentioned probably happened over the weekend, and they did. We've got those headlines for you on the way beginning at 7. Odie will be in just a moment, joining us there. It's time now as we get a good word to start the day. Word of faith. I think it's all good for us to start a day like this. Brother Ben always has a great message. Let's go to Collinsville First Baptist.
Do you strive to treat everybody the same, whether they're rich or poor, educated or not, politically powerful or not, your skin color or not, American or not, fully able or not, beautiful or not? We should treat everybody with the full dignity and respect that they deserve as a human being, especially when we're together in the assembly of the church. To do otherwise, according to James 2, is to commit the sin of partiality. Instead of translating the original Greek word as partiality, your Bible may translate it as favoritism or respect of persons. But the literal meaning behind the original Greek word is the idea of lifting up someone's face to judge them based on their appearance. It's judging somebody based purely upon some superficial level of some outward characteristic. Now you might be thinking, well, that's a very human thing to do. And you know what? You're right. It's very natural for sinners like you and me to judge others based solely upon their appearance or some outward characteristic, such as the size of their bank account. But that doesn't make it right, does it? No, God has put dignity and value into every human being, and we should strive to treat every person with the utmost dignity and respect by showing no partiality. Besides, don't you hate it when people play favorites against you? I do. Then treat others how you like to be treated and show no partiality. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. Church services tonight. Hope you can make it out for that. If not tonight, show up Sunday. They'll make space for you there. JC says he was out on a structure fire call last night when the streak went across the sky. So let's see. Mike Dallas, how are you today? Don Carney, good morning. Also, I see Sheila. How are you doing, Miss Speed? Good to see you up there. And Deborah Collins also joining us early today. Each day we look at what's happening across America, the pulse of what is happening before you wake up and head out to work. And this morning, as we learn, I think we're all aware of what's going on with Target. It's been a little backlash as they sold the transgender swimwear. 8 days in a row, stock shares have plummeted since that all began. It was the polite way of putting it, the tuck-friendly swimwear. That's where that at, but shares still tumbling on that as America has backlash on that. Doesn't always work that way, but it has in this case. Disney, as we stay on that same topic, I'm not sure how you feel about this. And this would be Disneyland. People, as they show up to go in. And again, Disneyland is for children, is it not? And this is, we go to Daily Mail, and I'll just show the picture, and you decide if you like or what, and that's it. That was a female costume at one time. It's now a guy with a mustache wearing the dress. Parents aren't real happy over that. Will this eventually hurt Disney? It's bound to have at some point. But also, as I remember going to places like Six Flags, when our kids were young, all of that was going on then. They had special days. There's nothing wrong with having special days, but when it's supposed to be a family, I won't even name the event that when we showed up and had no idea what was going on. It'd be hard to even explain that to your children, what it meant. But we have this in America now, and it's you as a parent, as we should have been before we showed up that day at Six Flags, be aware of what's going on. Study. We didn't. We learned the hard way, and that's been longer than that, 20 years ago. But that's what's going on in America these days. Each day it's a little notch further of what is acceptable to the families. I think that's the best way to put that. We do have teens arrested. We'll talk a little bit more about this. Remember yesterday morning where we talked about the Marines, where they were jumped, beaten up by about 30 of them. They were picking on people, and 3 U.S. Marines stopped them and told them to quit it, and they were jumped on by the whole group, beaten pretty bad. There's no way that 3 guys can take on that many people. They've arrested 9. They're being charged. That's good. We hope more arrests come with that as we look at that. Remember the Tennessee couple we mentioned that were missing? It was almost like deja vu of a couple having an argument and then vanishing. They've been located both alive. The girlfriend did have bruises. He's been arrested for a theft-related charge. After all of that, I'm sure that they were looking for something, but he has been arrested for that. The building that collapsed in Iowa, we do see that one more person was saved. She was underneath a couch. When they got through the debris, she's alive and well. I think there's still 5 that are still missing on that. By nightfall, I think they're going to demolish the entire building. So it does not look good that they will find the other 5 people that are still missing from that. How sad that is. Buildings collapse. We've seen that in Meridian, just the older buildings that fall. This was in a building that actually people lived in. A horrific scene, I think, is a good way to word that. Alec Baldwin. Anybody had enough of him? He's got an attitude, there's no doubt. He's going to be having hip surgery. He's been cleared of all charges in the Russ movie. He's been filming another one, and he's in the hospital for hip surgery. I'm sure you wanted to know that, but, well, thought I'd share it anyway. Good morning. We've got your forecast next.
No matter how many times you try, and no matter where you call, Representative 81 Steve Horn won't answer the phone. We're not getting any representation in Jackson. District 81, we can do better. Vote Ben Shirley, August the 8th. Paid for by Ben Shirley.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group.
Hello, my name's Kenneth Graham, and I'm running for coroner of Lauderdale County. For over 50 years, Lauderdale County's been represented by professional and competent coroners. I would like to continue that tradition. Over the next several months, I want to educate the public on what the coroner does and dispel any myths about the coroner job. I can show you that I will be the most professional coroner there is. So please vote for me August the 8th.
Paid for by the Committee for the Election of Kenneth Graham. And welcome back as we begin this morning. Oh, Penelope, how are you feeling? Glad to see you. Linda Jane is up, making coffee for everybody in Giles, Mississippi. If you're in that area, I'm sure Linda Jane would share with you. Alyssa, how are you doing? Glad to see you as well. We've got sunshine for the most part of today. We do have a 20% chance of showers moving in after 2 o'clock. We'll get into that breakdown of the forecast in a moment. Cooler right now. We've been perfectly. Yesterday morning we saw 58. We're not much different from that. 61 right now. Almost feels like you're in the Great Smoky Mountains or somewhere like that. That cool, crisp. Yeah, I like that. Let's get into our forecast now.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
As we go back for those record highs and lows, 51. We had a high of 99 today. 84, 1984, still struggling there, is one of the coolest we've had in a long time. 40 degrees on this day back in 1984. Just held the record for about a week now. It's every day, 1984. As we look to today, sunshine for the most part. And again, that 87 for the high, but we do have a 20% chance of showers popping in after 2 o'clock. I don't want it to surprise you if that does happen, because we've had that 20% mentioned before and it become a flood. Y'all know what I mean. As we look to Alabama, we cross the state line and go 86 in Demopolis. We'll see that as well through Tuscaloosa and Birmingham. To the southeast, if you're Montgomery, Alabama, on down toward Troy, about 86 as well. And we'll see about 86 also there in Livingston, Alabama, in those areas. As we look across the nation, kind of normal across central Mississippi this morning. Northern Mississippi still warmer. To the southeast, cooler weather there. And as we see that cooler air moving into Texas, a little bit of a cool front there. Not sure temperatures will show that, but that's on the horizon. As we look to our 7-day forecast brought to you by our good friends out at Wilson Saw and Outdoor Power, lets us know today 85. But look at this as these temperatures head toward the weekend. Now, tomorrow we're going to get wet. 40% chance as we go to Friday, downplays to 20% with those slight chances. But we do hit 90. June is here. It's 90 degrees. Be ready for that. And as that creeps on toward the rest of the month, we know what July and August will bring. I hate to see it coming. Make sure those air conditioners are working properly. As we go all the way through the 14th, we do not drop below 90 whatsoever. We'll see 93 on June the 14th. Now, as you see, those slight chances of afternoon showers every day. That's in the forecast there. As we look to the fishing calendar today, what does Chet tell us? Chet's Paint and Body tells us to head out. Major time this morning around 9:30 until about lunchtime. Perfect time to sit on a fishing bank and enjoy that. Otherwise, you'll be fishing at 10 o'clock, way after dark, when it's a lot cooler there to midnight if you're going to be out. Maybe that's what you want. The wind's going to be light northeast wind, becoming east 5 to 10 this morning. That's a quick look at the forecast. Radar all clear this morning. Let's go back and pull that up. We hadn't shown that this morning for everybody to get a sneak peek of what radar is doing here as we pull up, reading Honda radar. Absolutely nothing across the great state of Mississippi, Alabama, even in Louisiana. We do have some fog starting to move in right down there around Houma. Look at that. Now, showers off the coast of Florida. If you're down there vacationing today, you're going to have a little bit there. And also over at Fort Pierce in that area, West Palm Beach, some rain showers. Even up around Athens, Georgia, some light showers this morning. Nothing major. That's the good news. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Watching from APEC. Good morning, James. Glad to see you're up and at it. Robin? She goes, whoop, back up. 80% chance it'll be dry today. Let's hope so. We need to mow grass, don't we? That's a quick look at our weather. I've got Odie ready to go. He's studying up on everything that's gone on over the last 24 hours over here. The man he's Mr. Green Jeans today. I'm going to go ahead and break that to everybody. All you need is a straw hat now, and you'll be him.
Dang it, I meant to bring it.
And he owns one now.
I knew I was going to.
Join us. All the fun begins at 7. We're about 15 minutes away from the show beginning. We can't do it without your input. Please join us. All live, and it all gets underway very shortly from now. We'll see you then.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: